Like you said earlier, this is going to be the first season where there's actually a lot of impactful new content. Because season 1 and season 2, a lot of it was just retreading ground that we shouldn't have needed to do. Now we're getting actual new content that I'm personally excited about, as well as many others. We're getting Ranked Warzone, obviously. And in addition, we are retreading some old ground as well. But that's not the bulk of the update. So now I can look forward to getting quality of life or features we used to have that we liked back into the game, in addition to genuinely new things. Activision devs do not play their own game.
3,000 devs can't figure out how to add a reconnect feature to a AAA title, I guess. I don't know.
Because Infinity Ward doesn't tell their consumers anything.
Maybe that'll take some of the sweats away from Shoot House.
You can cope about that, for sure.
Thanks for tweeting, at least. Thanks for doing more than Infinity Ward has done. They just keep tweeting about the soccer bundles in the store.
Things that are bad. We've got a couple words. Why don't you kick it off, Tanner?
This is going to be a longer section than the first part you guys heard.
Change it, obviously, of course. We are live, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty Podcast, episode number 316. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. Today, I'm joined by young Tanner.
Hey.
Really getting...
Nice burp.
Thanks. Getting all the use you can out of those gray sweatpants.
Oh, they're wonderful, yeah.
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 Cool,
these
man.
ones, what brand was this? What is that logo?
Champion? That's
Are
the
these
brand?
Champions?
Oh, no. Those are Under Armour, right? I can't really tell.
Maybe. Yeah. These are so much better than the other pair I bought. I like these thicker ones better. Bought these thin piece of shit ones. Hate them. Can't stand them.
So you were very anti-sweats like 2 weeks ago. Now you own two pairs.
Yeah, because I wanted to try different ones. So I was like, oh, I think these are too thick. And then I got the other ones, and now I don't like those at all.
Yeah.
I should see if I can return them, actually.
Yeah, you've been
wear them.
Converted. So anyway, welcome to the show. Today is going to be an interesting, fun, and exciting little ep, because we got a lot to talk about, in fact. We did get a blog post, a little roadmap type beat, type vibe. There are also some rumors floating around. There's some tweets floating around. There's a lot of shit going on. And that is exactly what we had been hoping for this week, as we mentioned last week.
A lot of shit floating around, yeah.
We got a lot of shit floating around in this toilet bowl, and we are going to talk about it. So before we do, of course, I have a couple announcements. Welcome, first of all, to our new patrons, our new gold patrons. Francis Michael, Kai N, Matt D, Chelsea G, and Scrappy Doom. Boys and maybe girl or Englishman, spit gift Protestant. Welcome to the Patreon. Very much appreciated. That's a lot of new gold patrons, which makes sense because we did a lot of Patreon content lately, particularly to end out the month of March. As we talked about, we did our we did a lot and we talked about it already, so yeah, you guys can go listen to that. But welcome to all of you, our new gold patrons. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. More than you guys, we appreciate the following people, though. Daniel L and N-Seeker, our new platinum fucking patrons. Boys, welcome aboard, getting that extra little fucking Q&A bonus ep. Very much appreciated. And Alec G diving straight in for the annual platinum patronage, dude.
Yeah.
Diving straight the fuck in, getting that juicy maximum we're allowed to give discount of 12 or 16%. I don't know which it is, but it's the most we're allowed to discount you. If you go annual, boys and girls, on the Patreon, patreon.com/thedropshot, you save a lot of money. It's like more than a month free. It's good. Good little discount.
Yeah.
And the content is so fucking good, and it's only getting better. So, I mean, I wish you could do like a decade patronage, get like a 20% discount.
That'd be, yeah. Yeah, imagine.
That'd be pretty nice.
It looks like you messed up on one of these. Kai is actually annual gold, it appears. according to the screenshot you posted here. Discord. So yeah,
oh,
he's
is he?
annual. Yeah, Kai jumping in straight for the annual gold.
Oh, nice. Good catch. Kai. Sorry about that, Kai N. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. We appreciate that more. So you are a better person than all the other gold patrons, but you're still a worse person than all the new platinum patrons. So
Yeah.
thanks, I guess, and welcome aboard. But yeah, you're getting that discount as well. So thank you to all of our new patrons. Very much appreciated, boys and Englishmen or girl. Very kind of you. Also,
Is an Englishman not normally a boy or what?
well,
They not count? You think they don't count
I think
or
they
what?
count only as boys, actually. You're right. Yeah, everyone else is
Yeah.
a man. Yeah, but well, they're dogs. Anyways, welcome aboard, whatever you are. And, relinquish Northern Ireland. But anyway, it's a joke. I don't care. We also got some new YouTube members, Nikki D and Nichols, rejoining, new friends of the pod. Very much appreciated. Yeah, you could be a YouTube member. We stream there live. We will continue to. We'll get into that in a second. And if you are a YouTube member, you get to watch the VODs of our broadcasts. They're unedited, obviously, but if you really wanted the fix early, you could join the Patreon and you get the ad-free early access episodes in your ears, or maybe if you want, you could become a YouTube member and then you'd get an unedited, but without ads, video version for the same price. Although I would recommend Patreon because that way you get the bonus episodes as well. But if you wanted extra support, you could become a YouTube member, and thanks to both of you for rejoining on that. And we will have more YouTube benefits coming fairly soon, actually. So a couple other announcements. There's a new website. It's not that new, but it's kind of new. It's relatively new. It's called kick.com. And there's a lot. If you're on the timeline and you're also plugged into the live streaming world, you already know what kick.com is. But it is a live streaming website, kind of like Twitch. Excuse me. Exactly like Twitch. The only difference is the theme color is green instead of purple. Everything else about kick.com looks and behaves exactly the same as Twitch.
Yeah, they just stole twitch.com, yeah.
Basically, yes. The only difference from like a user perspective also, besides the color, is that there are no ads right now on kick.com, whether you're like subscribed to who you're watching or not. And that will change. And the quality of the video is better. So someone's live streaming to Twitch and they're live streaming with the exact same settings to Kick. The Kick stream is going to look better because Twitch has the worst codec of all time, I guess. I don't know what it is. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't know what it is, but YouTube live streams look better. Facebook gaming live streams look better. Fucking knockoff.com live streams look better. I don't know why. Twitch, just terrible video quality. So that's another difference. But yeah, a lot of people who are on like Twitch or YouTube live streaming right now, mainly Twitch, have been moving to Kick or have been dabbling with kick.com. And the reason for that is that if you're on Twitch as a creator and you get a subscription, a user pays $5 and they become a subscriber to your channel, and you get 50% of that revenue, $2.50. Now, if you're on kick.com and you get a subscriber for $5, the creator gets 95% of it. So whatever that math is. What's 5% of $5? I want to say it's 5 cents, but I don't think that's right. That's not right. There's no
25
way.
cents, yeah.
Yeah, 25 cents. So $4.75 instead of $2.50. And the viewer is paying the same amount either way. So a lot of people find that very attractive. How can Kick afford to do this? Well, they're owned by stake.com, which is a gambling website. And what I think they're trying to do, the speculation is they're trying to get more of that live stream market on their website, and then they can sponsor their gambling streams and sponsor their service itself. And obviously online gambling from the website's perspective, very lucrative business. Stake.com makes a lot of fucking money. So that's why they can afford to do that rev split right now, even without ads. So those things are likely to change. But yeah, Kick is making waves for sure. And a lot of people are mad about it, and maybe we'll talk about this more. We probably will on Patreon, but we have a lot to talk about today, so I won't talk about it anymore, other than to say I don't give a fuck about online gambling, so we made a Kick account. Kick.com/the Dropshot podcast?
Yes, podcast.
Yes. Kick.com/the Dropshot podcast. Go follow us now, because we're going to start streaming there soon. Now, when we do, we're going to be multi-streaming. So we're still going to be here on YouTube at the same time. Our goal, our idea so far, is to just go whenever we go live for our podcast and go live on YouTube and on our website, thedropshot.com/live. We'll just also be live on Kick. That's the goal there. And we're gonna set that up fairly soon. We've already made the account. You need 75 followers, I think, and you need like 5 hours live streamed to monetize. And that's the fucking reason we're there. So go follow us. If you don't have a Kick account, I don't care. Make one. Real simple. And then follow us. It's free. It's easy. Just do it.com. Do it now. Kick.com/the Dropshot podcast. Hit the follow button. Thanks. And then you don't have to go there ever again if you don't want. You can still watch us here or wherever. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot more I want to say about Kick, but yeah, we have a lot to do today, so we're going to move on. But give us a follow over there, and we will let you guys know when we start streaming there. It might be next episode, although it probably won't. I think more likely we'll start doing it next week. But again, if you watch us live on YouTube or our website right now, nothing will change for you. You can still do that, and that will continue in perpetuity. So, and then next is a little audible for our Saturday episode this week. We wrote in the schedule a podcast. We weren't sure what we were going to do. We weren't sure if we were going to get any news today. And we figured whether or not we get a roadmap might change what we're going to do on Saturday. But it turns out something else changed what we're going to do on Saturday. And Tanner's been very excited to talk about it, to get into it. What are we doing on Saturday, Tanner? Because this was your idea, and we're doing the best Saturday episode we've probably ever done. Wow. Which is an episode on the demilitarized zone, also known as the DMZ in Call of Duty Warzone. The long-awaited episode, the 6-month late episode, is almost here. It's coming. We've played a few days this week already. We're gaming. We're tier 5, maxed everything out. Just kidding, we're not. But we're going to talk about it a lot. Needless to say, it surprised us a lot. There is actually far more reasons to want to hop on and play that than the current state of Warzone for me. Even though it doesn't have that... doesn't have the same feeling as Tarkov doing the missions, it does give you a reason to want to hop back on and be like, oh, I want to finish this and do this. So it's been very fun, actually. So we were pressured into doing that. So we're going to do that on Saturday. And justice for Putty indeed. Putty, here's your episode, buddy. It's coming. Stop by Saturday, man. We're doing it. Yeah, just for you, Putty. We're not. So yeah, we are going to do the episode, much to my dismay. The only reason I don't want to do it on Saturday is to spite Putty. But yeah, with that said, we're going to do it anyway because we have a greater obligation. Shout out to Putty. Maybe Putty, this will make him join the Patreon if we do it publicly. He'll say, you know what, these guys are pretty cool. I'm going to subscribe now. It's possible. It's possible.
That's what I'm hoping for.
He might be one of the people we've been farming, though. So we'll get into that.
Oh, I'm sure he begs for his life. Yeah.
Oh,
he pleads for help.
Dude,
yeah.
That fucking plea for help button on his keyboard, you can't even read that shit anymore. He has to switch that keycap out.
Dude, those two endings we had at the last chopper, both of those scenarios were more fun than I've had in Warzone 2 ever, I think. Oh my god, It was so fucking funny. So, we'll get into it.
Yeah, we will get into it on Saturday. Yeah, Tanner had this idea, and it's a good idea because we've been playing DMZ. Because as we've been saying, if we were ever going to do a DMZ episode, we would have to start playing it now or not ever, probably. Because, like, there's obviously, as we're going to discuss today, there's a ton changing with Warzone that is going to occupy our attention. So we started
DMZ's getting changes too, so that's cool. So we got to try it a little bit before they make these changes that sound like it's going to make it even better. So cool.
Yeah, true. So yeah,
fuck Tarkov.
So on Saturday we're doing a DMZ episode. I'll say this: I am having fun. Tanner is having way more fun though. I am shocked at how much he's enjoying it. I am also enjoying it a lot. But I would have almost as much fun on Ashika Island. Just playing, Rebirth or Resurgence. I always mix those up. But anyway, yeah.
Idiot.
We have a lot to say about DMZ. And a lot of it might surprise many of you. So whether you do play DMZ or you don't, I think this will be a fun episode to listen to. Because if you do play it, you'll get kind of an outsider perspective, although we're probably better than you at DMZ than you are now and know more about it at this point because we play quite a lot. And if you haven't played DMZ, you'll get the perspective of some people who are, not a 0.1 KD in Warzone playing DMZ. It's a new perspective.
Yeah, our squad, we're number 1, 2, and 3 in the world, I think, for DMZ KD. So
that's correct. Cool. Yes.
I mean, we can't be outside the top 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So the thing about DMZ, which I think we're going to rectify today, the only problem is we've never died, so I don't know what happens. Like, I don't know what things you lose. I don't know what the insured slot.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have to die before Saturday.
I've never died, right?
Yeah.
Or been downed, so I don't know.
Same.
So there is an aspect of DMZ that we're not familiar with, which is not succeeding. So maybe we will, commit suicide in game, of course, to get the full DMZ experience. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be a fun episode. So whether or not you play DMZ, I think you guys should listen to that for sure. And it can occupy your time if we convince you until, we get our changes. So if you're listening for the jingle, here it is.
Was there a patch recently that we didn't put in? I don't think there was, right?
I don't believe so. If there was...
Oh, there was actually. I'm looking at it. Hold on.
Bug fix.
Oh, there was. Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, welcome to the Dropshot episode 316. So, a lot of news to talk about today. Obviously, we got... Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Maybe.
Oh, you're going to sneeze, man?
Fuck, I lost it.
That sucks.
Oh, it sucks so bad.
That is awful.
Oh, it sucks so bad. Yeah, today we're talking about, principally, of course, the blog post we got on Season 3. And there is a lot to talk about here. So we're going to dive straight into this bitch. Why is every picture a download? Just let me open the fucking picture.
Hold on. No, I just put patch notes link in there real quick. There's something to talk about last week. A lot of people got mad about.
Okay. So, yeah. First, we're going to start with patch notes, changes already in effect. Not much to say here, but there is one thing, which is this. Season 2 Reloaded patch notes on March 31st. Oh, yes. That's right. So the big thing here was the Ashika Island Resurgence score events. Basically, they have made it so that if you are waiting to respawn in Resurgence, you will, on average, take longer to respawn. So, for example, if your teammate who was alive while you're dead and dog shit and waiting to come back broke someone's armor, that would lower your timer 2 seconds. So you'd come back 2 seconds sooner. Now, only 1 second. If they got a down, 5 seconds, now only 4 seconds. A full 5 to 4 seconds, and a headshot 2 to 1 second. So in other words, it's on average, you're not going to come back as quickly anymore in Ashika Island. I think this is the second batch of changes designed to do the same thing, to make people not respawn quite as quickly. I think there was another set of score events that were changed in this direction earlier than this. They're just doing even more now, I guess. Is that correct? Because I'm pretty sure I remember
was
that.
there? I don't remember.
I think there were changes for like on the move and other score events as well. That made
Maybe there was really early on. I don't remember.
Basically, whether or not there were, they're trying to make it so that you don't just instantly respawn anymore in Resurgence by lowering the bonuses your teammates can get for your timer. I haven't seen many people mad about this on the TL.
I saw a lot of kids mad the
tweets,
first day. Yeah, there were a lot of kids mad the first day, and then I haven't heard anything since. It doesn't really sound like it makes that big of a difference, although it's kind of odd to make the change now, because I feel like since we've gotten the better circle placements, the larger first circle, it's pretty much gotten a lot better than how it originally was. So it almost maybe seems unnecessary to put it now, but there was like, I saw one screenshot a couple hours after this went live, and someone was like, great change. There was 20 players left in the second circle, and like the second circle had like just begun closing. It was like super low, and I'm like, that has to just be a fluke. And I've been like
or a dog
checking on
circle.
Or people crash, something. I don't know, because that's not normal. I was watching some streams the last few days, kind of, checking on them here and there, and I've never seen that since then. So something was just wrong, I think, with that lobby. Maybe a squad backed out for some reason or something. So it doesn't sound like it makes a big difference. But yeah, there were some people pretty mad about this at the start. I don't think we played Resurgence since this change, have we? That was last Friday.
I definitely have since the 31st.
Was it noticeable at all for you then?
Not really, no. The big problem with the biggest determining factor on Ashika, on how, like, whether the lobby stays healthy for a while or not, is literally just the first circle and how much of it is like in water.
Yeah.
That is way more impactful than the score events changing by a second. And only a few of them, by the way. Armor break, down, kill, and headshot. Like, a lot of times, if my teammates are dead, I'm not doing any of this shit anyway. I'm fucking running away, trying to get you to respawn.
Yeah.
So, in that case, and I'm
sure hiding in a
of,
corner usually.
Yeah, exactly. And,
or running.
And I'm sure that's the case for a lot of players. So I feel like, this wouldn't change that much. But anyway, yeah, I think this is fine. I don't know. I'd have to play way more. But again, I can't even evaluate the score events and whether or not they are too much or too little until they just fix the fucking first circle. That's the big problem here. It's like we're trying to like really hone in on some very small little thing that's not that impactful when the first circle is entirely in the ocean. That's the problem. Better. Let's start there and then we can look at score events. So
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, other than that, for this patch, there were a couple other bug fixes. One of which I think we did already talk about. We mentioned it on Saturday, but there was the Sprint to Fire tuning thing that we talked about that Exclusive Ace made a video on, where you could get it to be nearly instant Sprint to Fire. they have fixed that. So yeah, and then a couple other things, but that's kind of it there. So now on to this season 3 and Warzone of MW2 and Warzone 2 launching April 12th. We've got a roadmap here. I would open it in its own tab, but it doesn't let me, so that's cool. But we'll take a look at the roadmap first before we get into this. There's a lot to talk about here. Very excited to get into it. As usual, I have seen the buzz on Twitter, but I've not read the blog post yet myself. So we're going to experience it together for the first time, and that's going to be fun and exciting. So taking a look at the roadmap here, we've got some operators. I don't care. Plunder is coming in season. Warzone Ranked is coming in season. And then we're also getting massive Resurgence. Okay, so off the bat, Warzone Ranked in season, smart, good, well done, good job. This is what we wanted. This is what we asked for. Now, keep in mind, in season does not mean at the mid-season update anymore.
Yeah.
That is usually, once upon a time, in season always meant at the season reloaded patch. That always meant like season 3 reloaded. But everything that was going to be added in season for season 2 was added actually 1 to 3 weeks after season 2 launched and before season 2 reloaded. So Warzone Ranked coming in season could mean season 3 reloaded. It could also mean much sooner. So keep that in mind. But regardless, we're not getting it on launch, which is a good thing. Because there's a lot of changes. Let's iron those out, fix the bugs first, then launch Ranked, obviously. And then we're also getting Plunder, which I guess some people are excited about.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. And then massive Resurgence, which is going to be a big lobby for Resurgence. Cool. For DMZ, we're getting new missions. We're getting... Ooh, okay. I'm going to go from least to most interesting. We're getting new missions. We're getting new backpacks. And those look like fucking backpack. One of those
they
looks
look
like
big.
Like luggage that you couldn't even carry on to the plane.
The right one looks like a couch from Tarkov.
Yeah, it does. We're getting active duty slots. I don't know what that means. And then we're getting a workbench. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, blog post talks about all of it, thankfully.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so we'll learn more about what that is. And barter, which is also very interesting. Now, barter sounds really cool, but also on the roadmap, there's a picture of a buy station, which makes me much less excited for whatever this could be. But we'll get into it as we go through the blog post here. And then some more BR gameplay features. Redeploy drones in Al Mazrah. We told you guys this was coming, so we're going to get balloons and Maz. If there are only 5 of them, like there's only one on Ashika Island, this won't matter, but it's a good step in the right direction. A new Gulag map, which we don't need, and I'm not excited about, because they're not going to make a better map than they have now. A tempered plate carrier. So this was our original idea. Glad they're copying it, maybe. But I don't like this either. I'd rather tempered just be a perk that I have to pick. Deployable buys are coming in season. Perk packages are coming in season. Not sure what that means. And UAV towers are coming to Al Mazrah, borrowing from DMZ.
Yeah.
That I really like.
I like that too. That one I haven't seen much buzz about, but I think that sounds great because
creating more hotspots.
I'm wondering how that's going to work. If it's going to be like Rebirth was, where you paid like what, 1,000 or something, 2,000 for a little sweep for a short amount of time.
That's a good question.
In a very small area, or if it's just exactly how it is in DMZ, where you can just do it for free. Maybe it'll even be like DMZ, where it'll ping red, so someone will know you just did that.
Yeah,
that could be interesting too, because that would create a lot of action as well. Instead of just like enemy UAV overhead or something, it pings red. You know, oh shit, team's here. Let's go fight them. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that once we get to it in the actual notes. Weapon operators and more. Okay, so we're getting. Is this the intervention, the FJX Imperium?
Yeah.
Why don't they name it the Intervention? Because that's also a made-up name, isn't it? Or is an Intervention a real?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
do a lot.
Name?
Definitely not. I don't think. Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it would be. I don't know why they wouldn't just name it the Intervention. But we're getting a new sniper. If snipers don't one-shot headshot, I don't care. So that doesn't matter. We're getting the Cronus Squall, and I don't know what fucking gun this is. It looks like an FAL almost.
Nope, not at all.
It is a bullpup
FAL? Yeah, what was this based on? I forget. It looks like the RM68 in Battlefield, which is based off of what?
Is this an LMG technically?
It is an RM68 in Battlefield. I don't know what it's based on though.
Okay. Well, we're getting a new fully automatic weapon.
It's an assault rifle, yeah.
Okay.
I would imagine.
It could be an LMG. They've done that before with like the oh god, I wouldn't remember what it's called in MW19, but there is an LMG that has like by default a detachable mag, not like a box or belt feed. Because this thing looks really long, but maybe not.
Yeah, maybe this is a battle rifle then. Is it a battle rifle?
Or that,
I don't know.
It could be that too.
They'll talk about it anyways. We'll figure it out. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
And then in season, we're getting a new pistol. And the picture does not look like a pistol.
It's the
Tech 9
machine
gun. It's a Tech 9. Why would... I guess they're putting that in the pistol category. Interesting. Okay. New operators don't care. New events. Camo challenge event. So that's going to be like the cherry blossom one, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that they're bringing that back again.
And then trophy hunt. New event. And I don't know what that is, so I'm sure we'll get into that. Some new bundles. And then World Series of Warzone is coming back. And there's been a lot of buzz on the TL about that. So we'll be getting into that as well if they talk about it. And then for MW2, as far as multiplayer and shit goes, we're getting some new maps. Lighthouse looks fucking miserable, and it's going to make sixes worse because it's going to dilute the map pool. Black Gold also doesn't look good because it's underwater, the screenshot, so that's cool.
No, I believe that's the night one where it's like a night vision map.
Oh, is that what that is?
I think so.
Cool.
So both of the sixes maps are going to be terrible, unfortunately.
Very cool. So sixes just got significantly worse. Two new battle maps, which is ground war maps. Rohan oil fields. I think that could be a lot of fun for ground war, depending on what section they pick. And Satik Cave Complex, which I don't think is going to play very well for ground war, but maybe it will.
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to how that one's going to be laid out as well. I don't
think it's good.
If those mountains are in play, then it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Too much vertical.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would have good flow for like two big teams against each other, but I don't know. But Rohan, Rohan could be good. And then Alberon Hatchery we're getting in season, which they don't say whether that's sixes or a ground war map, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah, I wonder.
And then Gunfight we are getting, and it looks like we're getting it on launch, including 4 maps, one of which is Shipment, which is fine, I guess. But that's going to be really good. Cranked, which a lot of you will like because it's massively faster movement speed and shit. And then we're getting a new raid episode in season. We're getting a new co-op mission in season, and we're getting Ground War Infected in season. So,
Ground War Infected. That's a fun little game mode to mess around on. Yeah, lots. This is easily the best roadmap we've had even since Warzone 2 launched. So this is cool. Looking good so far, content-wise. A lot of content, actually.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with you completely. This is going to be the first real season where we get a bunch of new content rather than backtracking to systems that worked in Warzone 1 that they should have implemented on day one. So that's very good. So now getting into the actual text, the meat and the potatoes. It's anyone's game in season 3. They put another picture of the same thing we just looked at. Very cool. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of preamble. Here's an overview. Let's see. So Gunfight returns. I'm just trying to see. Gunfight by default is 2v2. Everyone starts with a random loadout, and it's the same loadout each round. It's best of 12. the maps are like very symmetrical, so it's very even. Those are and it's really fun. A gunfight's a really solid mode. It's never going to be super popular because you can't use your own shit in it, but it's really fun regardless. Introducing the map rotation. So here I guess they're talking about the gunfight maps. Alleys is the first one. This looks like a gunfight map for sure. Looks fine. Lot of clutter actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if this does look fine. I'm not sure about it. There's like a ladder. There's a ladder that's laying down. I don't know. I'm kind of not understanding where the spawn points would be because this looks terrible. It reminds me of the center of Bazaar. What was that map called in MW19? What was it called? Bazaar?
There was a gunfight map called Bazaar, but it looks nothing like this.
No. Fuck, what's that map?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
It was one of MW 2019's best maps. It was the desert one. Desert one in a little town. It was good for sixes. Anyways, it reminds me of that. I can't think of the name right now. But the screenshot reminds me of that center area of it.
Oh.
Just more compressed. Yeah.
With the sun
all
glare?
Of them had sun.
With the really bad sun glare on it?
I mean, all of them had that. Yeah, that doesn't tell me anything.
No, it was a specific one. Okay, anyway.
Ramaza.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's different.
It reminds me of the center of that, but this is just more compressed, basically.
Yeah,
that's like kind of what I think.
Reminds me of Resident Evil 4. Anyway. So yeah, there's one of them. Next one is Black Site. This one looks
great. 2 little lanes with some. This looks really good, I think.
Looks very close quarters. I mean, there are some long angles here.
This is the Gulag, by the way.
Oh, really?
So I think just judging from this screenshot, I think the Gulag this season could be really good, actually.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
I like how, so we have, some boxes and stuff on either lanes, has some cover, little jump up spots. Mid looks like it's also mostly open, but it's like there's a building that you can go under and it's open. Left lane has kind of like a shoot house looking building, you could think, with no roof on it.
Yeah.
Door on both sides, and then right side is a shipment Connex box. It looks good. I like the look of this one a lot.
Yeah, I think this. Yeah. I'm a little worried about how much cover is inside this mid building, but
yeah, the mid that could throw it off, but
we'll see.
I feel like, especially on gunfight, people don't usually. You're not going mid. Usually, you're going left and right lane and fighting off that more, and then just going mid for flags. I don't know. Gulag would be a different story, but
yeah, I'm more worried for Gulag than gunfight. For gunfight, yeah.
Well, I would imagine the Gulag's going to be smaller than the gunfight version would be, right?
I
guess maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Because this looks too big for Gulag if that's the case.
Next is shipment. We know that. And then exhibit is going to be another one. They don't have a screenshot for us, so there we go. Gunfight OSP will be in regular playlist updates. That's awful. It's where you don't have a gun and you have to pick it up in the gunfight match, which like defeats the purpose of the mode, but whatever. Anyway, 3 new core maps, 2 new battle maps. So here's another look at Paleo's Lighthouse, which is going to be a 6s map. It's dark and foggy.
And raining. It's raining, by the way. Yeah.
So
there was
this
we saw actual gameplay of. FaZe Dirty got invited out to iDub early to do a intervention video about the new gun coming. And he did videos. He got to play this map and upload a video. It's raining, it's dark, you can't see. Absolutely fucking terrible. Which is a shame because the map looks like it'd be good if it was just sunlight in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
but they always want to do these weathered patterns. I don't care. So that won't be a good map from my point of view ever. Yeah, he was scoping in with a sniper and it was so hard to see. I mean, rain coming sideways through the scope. Miserable idea. Cool.
Yeah. So this map sucks, and I'm not talking about the layout of it because it doesn't matter. I can't see people in the first-person shooter game predicated on seeing people, so cool. And then Black Gold, I'll say almost the same thing for. However, this is based on Rohan Oil section of Al Mazrah, and it's going to be a night map. They'll have to use their night vision goggles. So okay, if the night vision goggles make this like visible, I guess, then that's cool or whatever. But also just make it sunny and then put night vision goggles in DMZ and raids and co-op missions.
Yeah. Imagine how fun night raids and DMZ would be.
Yeah,
that would add such a different touch. That would make it feel a lot different. Yeah.
And that's where night vision goggles belong, but not in sixes.
At least this is like core mode and it's just a night vision version. Because what do we have in MW19? Was that the mode called realism where you got night vision, you held your gun sideways with the lasers coming off of it, and it was also a faster time to kill. It was like hardcore, remember? They did
so a bunch of different things, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was primarily what it was. This at least will have core TTK, so it won't be, one shot. Instead of one shot to kill, it'll be 2 shots to kill because core versus hardcore. It's not going to be good, but it won't be as bad as realism from MW19 is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 2 just miserable looking 6s map. Wonderful.
Yeah, awful. Terrible. So yeah, like 6s is just actually worse now because now those are in the map pool. So Rohan Oil for Ground War. Here's another screenshot of it. Again, I think depending on how they slice it up, this could be really fun in Ground War. I think this could play quite well. On the other hand, Satik Cave Complex, I just don't really know. I mean, it's going to be basically the map Afghan from, COD 4 or MW2, I think it was. But also bigger. So what sections are they going to add in addition to that? Because there's no way they're going to do Ground War on a 6's, map. So yeah. I don't have very high hopes for this map for Ground War, but I don't care because Ground War will never be good because it was ruined on launch with how many bad maps are in Ground War. So it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah. So even if we get good maps now, you still have to shop around for the not even good ones, but the playable, decent ones. Exactly.
So yeah. So F's in the chat for Ground War, and this won't change it. So and then so more on Alberon Hatchery. So this is going to be a 6's map. This is coming in season.
Yep.
This screenshot looks real dog shit, really bad. I never have fun playing Ring Around the Rosie dog shit like this. We had a Gulag map that was like this once upon a time for Warzone. It was terrible. We've had other maps like this in other COD games and FPS games. It's not fun or interesting. This is a bad design. It's a bad piece of cover, and it's not interesting or fun to fight around. And that's all that's on this fucking screenshot. So it doesn't look great. I can say that. Also fairly foggy, but the visibility would probably be good enough with the diamonds for multiplayer. But I have very, very low hopes for this map. Unless you can get inside of all these tents. That would be different. But it doesn't look like you can from here. So I don't really know. But I don't like how this looks at all. So, anyway. Moving on. We're getting Cranked Face-Off in Ground War Infected in multiplayer as well. So Cranked is where you move faster, you ADS faster, you reload faster. Very fun game mode. And I don't think it's going to stay in permanently, but it'll be in a lot. So that's cool. Face-Off, I don't remember what that is. And they don't tell me either. So I don't know. It's a remake of an MW3, like the old one, game mode.
What is?
And it's 3v3. Face-Off. I don't know what Face-Off is.
Oh, it was essentially, it's small map. It's like gunfight maps. They had an MW19. It's like gunfight maps, 3 versus 3 respawn though, I think.
So it's just like TDM basically, but 3v3
with less players, but on smaller maps.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember if there were modes, if it was like Dom or whatnot. I don't think it was. I want to say it was just basically TDM, but I don't remember exactly. I played it in MW19 a bit, but not a lot.
So that's fine. And then Ground War Infected, which I guess is cool too. There you go. New multiplayer.
That would be more fun than regular
rewards.
Ground War, actually.
I guess. Can you imagine not being able to use a vehicle in Ground War though?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're a zombie, you can't drive a vehicle. You have to fucking walk around.
Yeah.
You better be able to jump real high. Ground Wars just can't be fun. So anyway, new multiplayer ranked play rewards. So we got a nice little screenshot here of some ranked play gamers. Some dope looking weapon charms. Very cool looking weapon charms, actually.
Excellent looking weapon charms, yeah.
A terrible looking ranked play skin, but that's fine.
Awful, yes.
And they just go into all the rewards. I'm not going to talk about all of these, but they look good so far, and I'm sure they're going to continue to do a great job with ranked play, unironically, because they have been. And it's been very fun to play and see. So anyway. And then moving on here, coming mid-season, new core map, Spec Ops Mission Raid Episode 3. Why do they say another new core map? Maybe
because they're talking about the one they already talked about.
Or maybe
no, it's just because it's just saying this is coming mid-season. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So skipping that on principle, and now into Warzone 2.0. Here we go. Massive resurgence imminent. At launch, up to 150 players can drop in for Resurgence across Al Mazrah. Expect chaos.
That actually sounds fun.
Oh, okay.
150 sounds dope.
Resurgence was going to be a fat lobby on Ashika, but it's Maz Resurgence with 150 players. Okay. Does that sound fun?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, I think it does. I think that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. That'll be cool. Did we ever play Resurgence on like Verdansk or Caldera? I'm sure we must have,
yes, right? Yeah. I didn't think there were that many players, though. I thought it was a smaller... Maybe it was. I don't know. I mean, we didn't play it a lot, and this isn't a mode you would play a lot either, but it'd be something fun, different to play.
Prepare to plunder once more, so plunder's coming back. Redeploy drones reach Al Mazrah. Protect yourself with tempered plate carriers. Get perk packages, which is coming in season. UAV towers appear in BR and more. So this is kind of like an overview. I think they're going to get into more details. DMZ reaches a new level. Bring and buy items with the new barter system. Very cool. They say bring items. That means you can take items out, which is going to add a ton of depth to DMZ, which it needs. If I'm understanding this correctly, I'm sure
I think they're saying bring into the raid.
Yeah. Well, if you can bring items into the raid, you have to be able to take them out first, right?
No, like they're talking about guns and stuff, I think.
We'll see. You can already bring guns. I don't know.
Oh, it's probably the same shit. Yeah, like stronghold key cards and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. They'll probably talk more about it. This is just a little overview section. A new DMZ contract and additional missions from a new faction. You're going to have to spend $300 for that faction. And tinker on your contraband workbench before facing off against 2 new bosses and dropping into another redacted. And then ranked play arrives at mid-season. That's all the details there. Try out for the World Series of Warzone in mid-April is one thing they say, which is soon.
Yeah, it starts like I would think next week. It'll talk about that.
So we'll get more
so it does arrive mid-season. So what are seasons usually 60 days?
I think so.
So this should arrive. So ranked Warzone should arrive the first week of May, I would imagine. Probably between May 2nd, May 4th.
We might find out more. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, they don't say a date or anything.
Oh, okay. Resurgence comes to Al Mazrah. So that's the next little section here. Not much else to say. It's going to be Resurgence on Al Mazrah. There you go. Plunder, you guys know what that mode is. Cool. New Gulag in Al Mazrah. As Tanner said, this is going to be based off of Black Site. Wait. This is known as the Black Site, which is separate from the Black Site, a super stronghold that appears in BR. But it is based off the gunfight map that we went over. Yeah. So we'll see how that plays. We're getting a little better look inside here, and it's dark. And that's probably where the flag is. I don't know. I really like the Gulag we have now. I don't think this is going to be better than that Gulag. I find it actually remarkably unlikely, but maybe it won't be terrible.
I think it will be.
terrible?
Because no, I think it'll be better than what we have. Because the gulag we have now, it's like all it's turned into is each person is jumping up on that one box and head glitching it, and whoever gets the lucky headshot and doesn't miss wins the fight most of the time. It's not fun anymore. It was actually, the map was better when it was the size it was for twos. The map was much better then. So when they changed it to ones, got better because it was 1 versus 1, but the map got worse, I think.
That's interesting.
A lot worse. It's just the same thing every time. You jump up on the box and you head glitch it. It's boring.
Yeah.
This
that
at least is all
really
flat.
Gross. I agree. But anyway, we'll see. You should, whatever. Gulag's coming. There you go. New and returning features to BR. So we got an operator skin here. This looks like a pretty edgy operator skin. We have an Illuminati fucking triangle on a plate carrier. We have like a pentagram on the weapon. It's very interesting.
That,
full mask.
If I'm not mistaken, is the new Black Cell thing, which they'll talk more about. It's basically a super bundle thing.
Okay.
Super battle pass bundle where they charged even $10 more, and it comes with that as well, I think.
Oh, and it comes with a Vault Edition, what's it called? The Giga camo? The Giga blueprint? What's it called?
Yeah, what were they called?
Mastercraft?
It was called...
No. What was that called?
No, it was called a Weapon Vault, wasn't it? Wasn't it called a Weapon Vault?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was like the FJX Cinder Weapon Vault. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it? I don't know if it said that.
No, I'm kidding. Of course,
okay.
We're never getting weapon vaults again.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll charge for an operator skin anyway instead. So anyway, here we go. Warzone 2 is getting some new features across all its BR modes, and that will be further detailed in our tactical overview blog coming before the season's launch. Okay, so sometime next week, probably for our next Thursday episode, we will have. Oh, the season will be out by then.
Well, the season drops Wednesday, yeah.
So, we're going to have more details on that soon. That'll be cool. So we're going to get balloons, redeploy drones in Al Mazrah. This is going to be on launch, so that'll be cool. There probably won't be enough of them for it to matter very much, just like on Ashika, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, unfortunately. I want them at this point.
I think once they come to Maz and with all the other changes, if there aren't enough of them, people are going to clamor for more, and then we'll get more. That's my hope. I don't want too many either, and I'd rather there be too few than too many, honestly. On this map, it's easy enough to traverse. I want rotations to mean something, but we still need more, like on Ashika Island, for example. So we'll see how they handle that. But yeah, we're getting balloons. That'll be cool. And that's going to be on launch. Tempered plate carriers are also coming on launch. Another Caldera first feature, tempered plate carriers change how your operator handles armor plates. With the tempered plate carrier equipped, your armor will be 2 half bars instead of 3/3, making it easier and more efficient to replate after one or both are cracked. So you could reword this to mean we are adding the tempered perk as ground loot in Warzone. It's actually identical.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Not because I don't like tempered, but because instead what they should do is add a tempered perk to the game and then make me have to drop something to get it. I think that would be a much better way to handle this, because now, again, we're going kind of back to the problem of that guy found a tempered vest and I didn't, and that won him the gunfight. Now, obviously, that's way less of an issue than one person having 3 plates and one person having 2. It's not that big of a problem. However, I don't like this being ground loot. I'd much rather they have tempered as a perk, but we're getting it anyway. And if it's as common as armor vests were, then basically everyone's going to have tempered. And this will speed up the game, to be fair, because you're going to spend way less time plating, obviously. And you'll save more plates too. So that'll quicken the pace of Warzone, because which I think is good. Again, I just wish it was a perk instead. But we'll see how it plays. I don't think this is the end of the world.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it not being a perk. I don't mind. I think this is fine. I didn't even really think about it being a perk. Yeah, I don't know. Because even if it was a perk, most people are going to run it anyways, then you're still going to be on an even playing ground. It's like, sure, they have to drop a perk, but then you're dropping a perk too. It all pretty much balances out either way, I think. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. It's not adding health, though, so it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Yeah, it's not adding health. Yeah, whatever. So, anyway, moving on. UAV towers are going to be in at launch as well. First seen in DMZ, UAV towers are vital fixed sources that can be activated during a match to give you intel on your enemy's position. After interacting with the tower's onboard computer, an operator and their allies will receive several circular UAV sweeps from the tower's location out to a few dozen meters. So this seems like it's going to behave exactly like the DMZ UAV tower. Or, if you're not familiar with that, like the Rebirth Island UAV towers that they had.
But it'll last longer and be bigger.
You think it'll be bigger or last longer?
Than the ones at Rebirth? Yeah, the ones at Rebirth were fucking small. They're small as shit. This sounds like it'll be exactly like the DMZ one.
Yeah.
Like the same size circle.
That much bigger than the Rebirth ones? Yeah, I guess they are.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, the one at Rebirth, where was the place we always landed? What was that POI called? Control. That sweep barely covered Control. It was extremely small.
Right. Yeah.
Which was fine for the size of the map.
Yeah. So yeah, they're fixed little towers, and they have an icon in DMZ, so they probably will here as well. And if someone hits them, then yeah, let me just keep reading. A quick word of warning to those ready to punch into every tower on the map. Operators will receive an audible notification when a UAV tower is activated, and the icon for active towers will be visible in red on the TAC map and overworld. So one thing we don't know is if it'll cost money to do this. Because it did on Rebirth, but it doesn't in DMZ.
Yeah, I'm assuming not. Money. I don't think it will be.
Because I think they would have mentioned it. If it
did. And the way it says first seen in DMZ, they kind of make it sound like it's exactly the same. And it talks about after interacting with the tower's onboard computer, which is how it is in DMZ, it takes like maybe 3 seconds or something. You type some shit in on a laptop that's monitor is off, but you're still typing something in and doing something. And the ping starts. Yeah, the sweep starts.
Yeah.
What does it last for in DMZ? It lasts a while.
It
like
lasts
a minute?
Quite a while. At least a minute.
I don't think it would last that long in this. Or maybe it would, because they are telling people you're there. But you have such an advantage if you stay there. You'll know someone's going.
Yeah. And you know another thing this is going to do? This is going to make Ghost fucking way better than it is now. Because right now, Ghost is not worth using because there are limited UAVs in the game. But with UAV towers, especially if they're free, that makes Ghost a lot more attractive of a perk. So that's something to keep in mind for the whole rock, paper, scissors kind of meta that's always been Call of Duty perks and loadouts since Warzone came out. So that'll be very interesting. I really like adding UAV towers, though. I'm fine with it not costing any money. And I think the way they're going to implement this is going to be really good. The only problem I could potentially see is that they last too long and they're too good. Because they do last at least a minute, if not like 90 seconds to 2 minutes even in DMZ. It feels like they last 2 minutes. But I feel like that's so long that I must be wrong and it's 90 seconds instead. I don't know, but it lasts a long fucking time in DMZ. And if it lasts that long in Warzone, that's going to be insane if you're the one activating that. Really strong. But it creates hotspots. It creates another thing to do and go for. And because it turns red when someone else does it, it also gives you intel on where other people are, which is really, really good. So I think this is a great change, and I'm very excited to see how it plays. And keep in mind, by the way, once you press activate UAV tower, you can't cancel it, and it takes a while. It takes maybe 3 seconds to like finish it, like 3 Mississippis, like actual seconds. You can easily die if someone's like waiting for you to start pressing it, and you can't cancel out of it. So be very careful before you hit this. Make sure you're safe. But yeah, I really like this change.
I love the UAV towers. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah. So, anyway. Oh, fuck my ass. More to come at mid-season, including decontamination stations. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it, Raven. Ted Timmons, get your hands off Warzone, man. Stop. Okay, in addition to the UAV towers, expect even more new and returning features and items within Warzone 2 to arrive as part of a mid-season update. That implies this will be Season 3 Reloaded, including the decontamination station. Those who spent some time on Caldera know the power of this life-saving field upgrade creates a bubble of safe air to protect ops from the toxic circle collapse. Just wasting time on field upgrades that don't matter.
No, I disagree completely. I think this will be much better in this game since you can stow it in your backpack. You can still carry like a muni and just always have this. So someone on your team can always be carrying one of these. I think this can actually make a big difference in Warzone 2 now.
The thing is, though, the gas kills you so fast in this game that, like, I don't want to really create a bubble where I am most of the time, because now I'm just going to have to, like, rotate farther. Now, obviously, there are situations where it'll be good to have this, but I don't think it's going to be that useful still. But you are right. Now that you have a backpack, you could just carry 2 field upgrades. That makes this more attractive for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if your whole team could be carrying one too. You guys can create quite the big fucking little decontamination circle there, man. I don't know.
A little decontamination daisy chain.
It'll get a lot more usage in this game, I think, than it did in Caldera. A lot more. Just because of the backpack.
Just because of the backpack, yeah, I agree. Another thing you could do, actually, that would be... You know what would make this really good, though? Again, this is kind of like a niche, not super common situation, but it's not super uncommon either, is let's say you have a bunch of money, you're the last one alive on your team, circle's getting pretty small, and the only buy station is in gas, or it's about to be in gas. And you want to go there and buy a gas mask and then buy all your teammates back, but you're not sure there's a gas mask there or not because the buy station loot is random. Having one of these in that situation would be really good. Because if you have one, now you know you can go buy your teammates back safely, even if the station doesn't have a gas mask in it. You don't have to take that gamble anymore, which can happen sometimes. Again, not super common, but yeah, Tanner's right. You have a backpack, so maybe this will be more used, whatever. Perk package items is coming in season. Another addition to the loot pool within season 3 is the preset perk package, which can be found in supply boxes. Specific lower rarity perk packages are available at buy stations. Based on the perk packages from season 1 and 2, these items are incredibly valuable given their passive benefits, helping ops who opt not to obtain a loadout drop be on the same level as those who do. Alternatively, these perk packs can make the early game a bit more interesting, especially to those who secure areas, collect cash, and reap the reward of scavenging around the map. Okay, so this is a lot different than what I was thinking, and I'm actually totally okay with this. What I was worried about was lootable perks. So yeah, I have my loadout for a total of 4 perks, and then I can loot a 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th perk. I hate that system. I think it's really dumb.
I agree.
Completely RNG, and it's it can make gunfights lopsided in a way that is entirely luck based. Lootable perk packages, though, I think is actually kind of fine because it's a perk package made by an iDub dev, so it's not that good. And
it's horrible.
Yeah, and you're going to want to get your own perks with a loadout anyway, so it's really just a holdover until you get your own perks. So I think this is actually okay. I don't think we need it, but I don't think it's going to detract from the experience overall.
Okay, I have a Black Helicopters theory. What if they are getting rid of AI and strongholds, and that's the reason they're adding in perk packages? So there's another way. You can buy all your guns now. You can also buy perk packages now. Because I think they said you can buy them too, right? You can find them or buy them. Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy them.
What if AI is going away, so they're adding a secondary way still to get your loadout shit, like you can get a loadout through strongholds right now?
I don't think you're not going to be able to buy custom perk packages, though.
No, it's not custom. Yeah, it's just their dumb preset ones. Yeah,
right. I think you're coping.
You think?
Yeah. I hope you're right, but I don't think they're getting rid of AI in Warzone. I just don't see
we'll see.
You know, one thing they could do though, because we're getting plunder too. Maybe they themselves will cope and say, "I'm glad we made strongholds because we can put it in plunder, and that gives us an out to take them out of Warzone. Because now we don't feel like we wasted time making strongholds since we're still using them in game mode."
I think I'm onto something. See, like Jake said, UAV pings from towers now instead of stronghold pings. Maybe you never know.
I hope you're right.
You never know.
I hope you're right. I think it's a little too early to say, though. I don't know.
There was a lot of hopium and copium coming out of that creator call today. A lot of good things in the TL, so you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're doing it. People say you're going to be super fucking surprised.
I would be very happy if they took fucking AI out of Warzone.
God, I'd love it. Holy shit.
We will definitely keep you guys posted.
Plot twist, the only place that has the redeploy drones are on the top of strongholds, and you have to clear it first before you can hit the redeploy balloon.
That would be Anyway, moving on. Deployable buy stations are also coming in season. Continuing the list of returning items is the deployable buy, a portable buy station, which is a field upgrade. Especially helpful in buy station deserts, although there will be more buy stations across BR overall. That's good. So we're getting more buys in general, and they're static on Moz, so it's going to be more static buys, which is very good. I think that is needed. I've since changed my mind a little on this. I think we're in an okay spot now, but more would be better. The deployable buy will allow you to put that leftover cash to use on some potentially game-changing items. Again, overall, I like deployable buys, especially because they're marked on the map. If there was no icon on the map for everyone to see a deployable buy station, I think it would be too strong. But because there is an icon, I think it's okay. And it does allow for some cool plays when there's no more buys left and shit. I like this. And I wonder if you'll be able to buy a deployable buy station at a buy station. And what's the loot pool going to be like on a deployable buy, actually? Is it going to be random?
That's another great question.
What would it be? Things that every buy carries.
Yeah, maybe they're making standardized buy stations as well.
I would
not saying there's going to be like unlimited UAVs, but maybe it's going to be standardized. Which it should be. I'd love to hit a buy and know if there's going to be a muni or an armor box or both or neither there, you know? That'd be cool.
Yeah, we definitely need a standardized buy station menu for sure. It's crazy that we don't have one, but whatever. Gulag entry kit in season. One last literal small item with a massive potential impact is the Gulag entry kit. Those who find one in a BR match and perish beyond their initial Gulag visit, can re-enter the fight via the Gulag. Yeah.
There we go. Squads are never getting wiped. So Seventh Circle will have 48 people alive.
Yeah, it's a new name for... there was redeploy and like re-extraction tokens on Caldera.
No, it was Gulag token and redeploy token, I think.
This is Gulag tokens are just getting added back. So I don't know if you'll be able to buy these at buy stations either. But if there are still strongholds, which so far there are, this might be one of those guaranteed drops out of a stronghold, in addition to the redeploy packs, which makes strongholds even more attractive. They didn't say that, but it would not be surprising to me if this was added to the stronghold loot pool for finishing one.
Yeah, they say those who find one in a battle royale match, so I doubt you can buy them.
I hope not.
That would be a guaranteed buy for everyone if that was the case. That'd be an awful idea, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is... Yeah, you called this, by the way. That they're going to add all this shit back in, and we're already started... We're starting to see it sooner than I would like, to be honest with you.
At this point, the game just needs, I think, anything and everything thrown at it, because it's so boring. So, I don't know. I'm fine with it for now on paper. We'll see how it plays.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but again, like you said, I think we're descending down a slippery slope at terminal velocity. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. And I will also say a Gulag entry kit is way less offensive to me than the redeploy pack. That's a ridiculous item. If I had to pick one, the Gulag entry one's way better. Because at least you still have to go do something.
But I agree. You still have to win the Gulag.
So, there you go. All right. Now, moving on to DMZ. So in their little preamble, they were talking about a couple of interesting things. We saw some interesting things on the roadmap as well. And here's the header. DMZ overhaul includes barter system, workbench, and more. So, operators, prepare for one of the largest DMZ updates yet. Barter system. Okay. So we got another picture of the buy station. One of the biggest additions since the launch of DMZ is the barter system, a way to award operators who stock up on items and can reach a buy station to swap them for other valuables. In general, the trader may not have what you want, but they will always have what you need. Okay.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know what that means either. There is no peer-to-peer trading through this system, but of course you are still free to swap items during a match with friendly operators, especially those who operate taxi services. As we heard, they are incredibly helpful. I'm lost. What?
They're just talking about people. I think have clips of them like pretending like they're a taxi system. They're like, "Oh, give me a good item and I'll transport you here," or something. I don't know, something dumb. But that doesn't matter. That's just them adding something stupid in. So yeah, I am actually. This is one of those little sections where now I have more questions than I did before because they did an awful job at explaining. I don't know what any of this means. I don't know if you can bring items in. I don't know if there's an out of raid inventory system now. I don't know what they may not have what you want, but they will always have what you need. What could that possibly mean?
Yeah, I don't know. So like, for example, if I have a large backpack equipped and then I loot another one and stow it, is that what they're talking about? As far as I can barter my large backpack, my second large backpack for, I don't know, a UAV or something?
Or it's probably,
like when I find a car battery, can I exchange that?
That's
for
what I'm
three
thinking.
plates? Or both?
Well, I'm thinking it means for like, because the quests that we haven't got to yet, the higher quests, a lot of them, it'll be like find 10 of this item. So I feel like maybe you find something valuable, like a gold bar worth 8K. You can go to the barter. You can do the barter system. No, not even that. And then you can trade that for other items that you need for quests that you're on.
It's like a laptop or something.
Yeah, something like that. Instead of going and looting it, you find valuable shit and you're like, oh, I'll just trade it in. What I'm getting is worth a lot less, but I'm getting, because money doesn't matter in DMZ. So what I'm getting is my task. That's kind of what I'm taking it as, but who knows? Yeah,
it could mean any of those things, those examples, and they of course don't tell us. So that's bizarre. And then also the next paragraph, there's no peer-to-peer trading through the system, but you're still free to swap items during a match with friendly operators. Oh, okay, so you can just drop shit on the ground is what they mean. Okay.
Yeah,
I see. Okay. All right. So we'll see what that entails. I think regardless of how this is implemented, it's a good change because it's at least a step in the right direction. Because right now, if you find like a car battery, for example, it's worth like $500. Like, that's all. Again, every item in DMZ is just a different denomination bill. It's all just cash, but it takes up a different slot. So like, if I find a car battery, I'll open my backpack, see if anything's worth less than 500, and if so, I'll drop it, and if not, I won't. So, however this barter system is going to work, I think it's a step in the right direction, which is cool. And it'll also give more incentive to go to buy stations. So if you're a PvPer, those will become a little more hot as well, which is good. You want hot spots.
Mm-hmm. I'll be camping those for sure.
Yeah. So regardless of how useful this is going to be, it's a good change. There's no way this is going to make DMZ worse. So that's good. So I'll take it. We'll see what happens. Next, workbench. So you got a little workbench here. Got really doubling down on the Tarkov shit. Barter, workbench. Another major addition is the workbench, which can be found near buys and allow you to modify contraband weapons. For a nominal cash fee, the workbench allows an operator to add attachments they have unlocked for the contraband's weapon platform onto a piece of contraband or remove them piece by piece. Helpful for those times when a 5x5 scope does not fit on a fast-firing SMG or when a sniper needs an extended mag. The workbench will become another way to spend that cash on something impactful. This is very cool. I really like this.
Yeah, because both of us have our contraband stashes completely full right now.
Yes.
And all of those guns except for maybe 3 are utter dog shit because they're just random guns, like an EBR with an awful setup. I'm never going to use that in and of itself. I just don't delete it. Or an AK-74 that you got off an AI that has a 20-round magazine. But now the fact that I can take those in and then build them up and then re-extract with them so then I have a bunch of guns built up is interesting. It makes the insurance slot even a bigger waste of time now, because you already get your insurance gun back in less than an hour at the absolute most, basically. And now you can do all these guns. So it makes that useless. So they honestly may as well get rid of that system, if you ask me, or make it so that insured gun is on like a 24-hour timer or something.
Yeah.
So, because that kind of ruins that. But otherwise, this is really cool. That means you can basically stock up on a bunch of great guns. And that's what those are the things that I would want to spend money on, are guns, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Because those are things you can actually take out a raid.
Yeah, because otherwise your money is just converted at the end of the raid to getting your insured slot back sooner, which again, you die with a gun, you do a raid, you extract. The raid took 25 minutes and then you took 15 minutes off that timer because of how much XP you got. Boom, you do one more raid, your gun's back. It's like, really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. You know what else this is good for, too, is especially for players like us. None of you who play DMZ know what this is like, but when you kill other people, you could take their guns.
Exactly.
And their loadouts are typically dog shit.
Because they're dog shit at the game, yeah.
So it'll be like a Hemlock, which is a good base gun for me to change the attachments of. And it'll have 5 attachments on it, and 3 of them will be good. And that will become a contraband weapon for me. That's your insured slot, not mine. That's a contraband weapon for me. So I can take your Hemlock with this dog shit optic and, terrible muzzle device or whatever, where everything else is fine. Like you're still running long barrel and 45 round mag. I can spend a couple bucks and make a gun with a lot of potential actually good, and then throw that bitch in my contraband stash too. So this is a great change. And again, creating a hotspot right by the buy, because the workbenches are by the buy stations. I wonder if there's going to be a workbench next to every single buy station. I would hope so.
I think so. It sounds like it. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. So that's very cool.
Look in the background of this workbench image. That's the buy station right there in the background. Yes. So it's like literally right next to it. Yeah. Oh, I'll be camping all of those prox mines, claymores, thermal 12-time scope, cluster 300 mines. Meters away. Oh yeah, ready to call a precision airstrike in.
Yeah. Every workbench will be by a buy station. I'm just not sure every buy station will have a workbench by it, but hopefully it does. But either way, this is a cool change. I like this.
Yeah.
And again, it gives you something else to spend money on. Yeah. When the buy station doesn't have anything you want. So active duty operator slots is the next thing. So we have a picture of 1 out of 4 active duty operator slots is occupied here. And in season 3, you won't just have one operator to infill the deniable areas. Every player will start with 3 active duty operator slots, which equates to having 3 separate operators, who have their own on-soldier items. These items include your backpack, plate carrier, kill streak, self-res, and gas mask. For every infill, you can choose which active duty operator you bring in, meaning that you can calculate risk to whatever missions you want to tackle or the type of experience you want to have for that match. Okay, this is very cool. So one of the problems I have had with DMZ, especially after we've been playing it a lot, is that I will do a raid, I'll get a large backpack, a durable gas mask, a self-res, and a plate vest carrier thing. And I'll find another one of another large backpack, or another gas mask, or another plate vest. And it won't matter, because if I have those things, while I can carry them in my backpack, I can't take them out of that raid and store it in a stash, so that if I die in the next raid, I have another large backpack that I got way earlier on to immediately re-equip and have an armor vest. This helps that situation. So now if I play as active duty 1 and I get all my good shit, and the next mission we're going to do or raid we're going to do is going to be pretty easy, I'll take one active duty 2 who has none of the items and kit him the fuck out, look for backpacks, look for armor vests, look for gas masks, get out with him, and then eventually the goal is to have 4 active duty operators with all the backpacks and the gas masks and shit. And then that way, when you die with one, you can immediately get back in with actual good shit. It gives you some incentive to play well and find items across multiple raids. And it allows you to have some ability to like regain instantly once you've found those items. I like this. I wish, again, I think it would be way better if I could just bring a backpack out of raid and put it in a stash, or bring a gas mask out of raid and put it in a stash, or a plate carrier. Agree. But this is a good little stopgap, I guess. My problem is, because they've implemented this, we're not going to get a stash that I want. Because it wouldn't make sense to have both systems. So this is so it's not a stopgap, actually. It's just kind of a worse implementation of the system they should have. So we're probably not going to ever get the ideal system, but this is at least better than what we've got now. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I think this is great. Yeah, I think this is cool because like it kind of says here too, it kind of talks about, if you want to do like a building 21 run, which is like, the hard map that we haven't played yet, a lot of insane AI. It's like if we get farmed 2 times in a row, we still have another operator set up that already has a 3-plate vest. We're like, all right, we got another one here. Let's try it again. And you don't have to go and start from square one again and do kind of, I guess you could say more boring raids, boring runs. So I think this is a great change for DMZ. Yeah, I like this. All of these things I think are great. This, the workbench, and the barter system are all going to be really cool. Yeah, for sure. So, that sounds pretty good. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, moving on here. Let's see. New faction is another thing we're getting. An unknown faction is coming to season 3, and we'll have 3 of its missions tiers at launch of season 3, and then 2 more will be added in season. They don't say anything else about it. The icon is a skull, and it says special operations. I don't know if this is their actual icon. It's what they're using here. Whatever. New and remixed missions contract. iDubbbz introducing a new set of faction missions for this upcoming season, as well as a new contract. That is a secure supplies contract, which flags containers in the exclusion zone with essential gear for this experience. It's a great way to get your operator built up after a previous run in DMZ where you failed to extract. Okay, cool. So a new mission where the reward is like maybe a lot of backpacks, a lot of armor vests, a lot of gas masks. Yeah. A good way to equip your other active duty operator slots. This is pretty cool. And just go in and do that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I'll take that. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So there you go. New bosses. I don't really care. The bosses are all boring and dog shit. And now World Series of Warzone is back for 2023. Holy shit, man. More competition, more prizing. Okay, weird. More regions, and the first ever in-person global final. Oh, that's cool. Little LAN final. The World Series of Warzone is ready to expand to new regions and host a finale you won't want to miss. Check back here for an official deep dive blog on this year's World Series of Warzone on April 6th. Do we have that blog? I don't know. Today is April 6th, so. Now, Warzone Ranked play is almost here, they say. Assemble the trio. Oh shit. The trio. Wow. And prepare for the road to top 250. I did not see anyone talking about that. Wow. Huh. Developed by Treyarch and Raven. And they don't mention iDubbbz there, which is very interesting. Call of Duty Warzone Ranked play will act as the proving ground and true test for trios wanting to become the best in the world. More info on this new experience will be available at mid-season. For now, get to practicing in trios
or participate in the World Series of Warzone qualifiers. So Ranked Warzone, at least in the beginning, it's going to be trios and it's going to be on Moz.
Wow. I don't know if I like that. Trios only, huh?
We are on record as saying trios is the best possible gameplay experience in Warzone.
I don't know though. I don't know if I want that for ranked, huh? Interesting. Wow.
One other thing.
Yeah, this makes me less excited about ranked, honestly. I was hoping to play quads. It'd be more fun, I think. The
thing for me is, like, as a casual, I would prefer quads because that means I could play with more of my friends, obviously. And I can get carried harder because there's 3 people to carry instead of 2. However, from like a viewer competitive standpoint, I think trios is fine. Although I don't know if trios is more competitive than quads. I don't think it is. I think it's just a different experience. So one thing this will result in is there will be more teams in a match than quads would have, obviously, because either way it's 150 players. So with trios, that's going to be more teams, which does imply more fighting. I don't know. I think trios is fine. I think quads would have been fine as well, though. But the big thing, again, for me is that as a player of Ranked Warzone, it sucks that it's going to be only trios, for sure.
I wonder if that's just what we'll only get ever.
That is what I'm thinking, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's another thing I was going to say is, I mean, we're going to learn more in the next blog post, so there's going to be a lot more information, I'm sure. But they don't say anything about we're starting with trios and we're going to expand, or we're testing trios first, we might do quads next season. They don't say any of that. So they might say it later, but it sounds like for now it's just trios and that's their only goal and that's their only plan.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that plays for sure. But I think it's okay. I would have preferred quads again though. But yeah, there's going to be their own dedicated blog post on that. Did they release it yet? Did you see?
I don't know. I didn't look yet.
Okay.
I mean, the World Series of Warzone blog post will be boring. It just goes into specifics about the shit, probably. I mean, their website's live. It just talks about the bracket, which is not interesting.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, either way, we will learn more about whatever Ranked Warzone entails as we continue. So, yeah, I'm going to reserve judgment until we know more. So we'll get back to you guys on that. General overview is the next header here. This is about some other dog shit. New operators, blah, blah, blah. Yep. So skipping new operators, don't care. More operators to come after Season 3, don't care. And then some new weapons. So it is going to be a battle rifle, by the way. So first, we got the FJX Imperium sniper rifle. This is going to be at launch in the battle pass. Engineered destruction at its finest. This anti-personnel bolty intervenes in tense situations with hard-hitting 408 rounds. So it's obviously an intervention. I don't know why they didn't name it the intervention, but whatever. It's going to be another sniper rifle. This might be bigger and beefier than the Victus. I'm not sure. I don't remember enough about the intervention. But it's going to be a bolt-action sniper rifle. If any sniper can one-shot headshot, this will be one of them. But we don't know yet. So, I don't know. It's another bolty.
Yeah.
So there you
Victus, go. What is Victus supposed to be in this game? 50 cal? I think it is, huh?
It's an actual 6'7" gun when I put attachments on it.
It's pretty big. It's a big little boy.
It's pretty big and beefy. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Cool. Intervention's back. Game is saved because of that, actually.
Yeah. Game is saved indeed. So anyway. Yeah. And I just don't care. So moving on. Cronin Squall battle rifle at the launch. And this will also be in the battle pass. A bullpup semi-auto rifle chambered in 6.8 Wrath. Is that a real? Sounds like a fake bullet. and designed for distance shooting and exceptional damage output. So this will be terrible in Warzone. I don't trust iDub to make a good DMR ever again. So
yeah, that sucks. This is an assault rifle in Battlefield, fully automatic. It's the same shit. Yeah, it's RM68. That's what this is. 6.8 rifle, looks exactly the same. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Why do we need another battle rifle? We just got the fucking stupid Tempest Torrent too.
I know. So it might be good in multiplayer.
I guess the Tempest
won't matter for much else.
Wait, is Tempest a marksman or a battle?
I don't know. I get those mixed up. I think it's a marksman, actually.
That's what I thought.
LMS
but it's
is a marksman rifle,
like
right?
that.
Yeah, it's a marksman rifle. It is.
Is it?
100%.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Anyway, cool. Yeah, cool. Give us more full auto guns, thanks. Or don't, actually. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Anyway, whatever. And then we're getting additional armaments in season. Expect 2 new sidearms within Season 3 Reloaded. Both full auto with drastically different roles. Okay. A highly customizable machine pistol with a fast rate of fire, and a high caliber pistol modified for full auto to blast enemies back when they get too close for comfort. So we know one of them is going to be a Tech 9. I guess we don't know what the other one is, but it's also going to be full auto and high caliber. What's a high caliber pistol round? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. What could that be? Fully
like a full auto Magnum? I hope
not.
XD.
No. So I wonder if they do like a Mac 10 or something, or like an Uzi as a pistol for some reason, even though it's an SMG. You never know.
Yeah.
Something weird like that. I don't know what that could be.
Yeah. So, whatever. We'll see.
Hopefully they're good akimbo. I'd like to use them.
Yeah, that would be great. So, moving on. One for the collection. Trophy Hunt event kicks off Season 3. So, yeah, this is in the roadmap, and I didn't know what it was, but it's an event, and they call it Trophy Hunt. Be ready to unleash your inner competitor by taking part in the Trophy Hunt event for Season 3, beginning 48 hours after launch. During this event, oh, fuck! We're doing this again! Every player will drop a trophy, a small decorative challenge coin that makes 800 decibels of sound while it's on the ground whenever they are eliminated in any mode. Woo! Fuck yeah, man. Awesome. More visual clutter, more audio clutter. This is fantastic. Ted Timmons is balls deep in Warzone 2, and you can't tell me otherwise. I mean, this
doesn't say it makes sound, does it?
No, but it will. Just like it
I don't think so, because it's in every...
Warzone
this is
1.
in every mode, though. This is in every mode.
So
this is in multiplayer, too.
It was in Warzone 1, too, man.
It wasn't in multiplayer. That's what I'm saying. This is in everything.
Okay. Yeah. It'll make no...
It won't
it'll
make
be
sound.
Okay.
It will be. Yeah.
Someone clip this when it makes sound, by the way.
Yeah, please do.
Like it did in Warzone 1.
Because it will not make sound. That was something completely different.
What was different about it?
First of all, it was only in Warzone. This literally says it's in every mode.
Okay.
Every player in every mode. It's not going to make sound.
We need to add the copium emote to the chat. I mean, I hope you're right, but I don't think so.
We had a dumb shit emote for you, but yeah.
By the way, I believe we're in the Warzone section. So I think when they say every mode, they mean Plunder and DMZ and...
I'm thinking, if anything, in Warzone, it would be like the stupid dog tags, which you literally can't see anyways. That are just on the ground.
Yeah,
like
this
we
is
have
a
in
Warzone
Resurgence
2.0
now.
overview. So it's going to be...
it?
Yes. So it's going to be in every Warzone
Okay.
mode. So it's exactly the same. Hopefully it doesn't make sound, but I don't know why you are so confident about that, because it did last time. And it was the exact same shit. Some dumb fucking event where you pick up dumb fucking things from players you kill. And when they say any mode, I guess what they mean, yeah, is Plunder, Ashika Island, Resurgence, Big Resurgence, regular BR. Hopefully not also fucking ranked, but I guess we'll see. I wouldn't put it past them to have this shit in ranked mode, because even if it doesn't make any noise, it's still just more things that I could pick up that I don't wanna, and more visual clutter. And it's ugly and out of place. I hate it. But anyway, these trophies can also be earned by performing specific tasks, such as opening supply boxes. These trophies can then be exchanged for items shown in the events tab, including weapon blueprints, skins, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, if you guys remember the heroes versus villains shit from Caldera, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be exactly the same, which is dumb. We hated it then, and we're going to hate it now. And that's that.
I don't get, especially for this, why do they even make it so it has to be something on the ground? Why doesn't it just give you a token, 1 token for 1 kill, 2 tokens for opening a supply box, 3 for doing what, like, I don't know. Why do they not just add up your tokens based on your total stats at the end of the game and just, you have tokens, you know? Like, why does it even have to be in game?
Yeah, the way they
and run over to grab it. Just base it off your actual stats. I don't get why it has to be something in the game at all.
The way they should do this is just add a UI element next to like your kills or the number of players left in the lobby.
Yeah.
And it's a little trophy icon. And when you get a kill, you get 1 trophy on the UI. And then it just gives you them at the end of the game. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Because then you don't have to loot it and you don't have to see it or hear it either. So yeah, that would be the better way to do it. But of course, it's going to be the flashiest, brightest, biggest thing in the game. And you're going to pick up, you're going to be trying to pick up a gun when you come back from Gulag. And you're going to be, by the way, in ranked in the final circle also. You're going to come back on your shit. You're going to be going to try and pick up your gun. You're going to pick up a trophy instead. And then you're going to pick up another trophy. And then you're not going to hear the guy that was running up on you. And you wish you had just picked up a fucking gun, which is the button you pressed, but you didn't. And instead you picked up the trophy, and then you're going to die in ranked, and you're going to drop from platinum to gold. And it's only going to be because of this event. So just keep that in mind. I bet you they're going to have this in ranked, actually. Unless the event ends by then. But I don't think it will, because I don't think the event
doesn't really say.
starts.
It just says season 3.
Yeah. Oh, beginning 48 hours after launch is when the event starts. So anyway, I don't know. Not the biggest deal, but it was dumb in Caldera, so it'll be dumb here. Season 3 mid-season camo challenge event. So yeah, they had the camo challenge thing where a lot of the challenges to unlock the event camos mirrored the like polyatomic and Orion camo challenges. So you could kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone if you were still on that grind. And it unlocked 2 new camos. One of them was like cherry blossoms, and then the other one was also cherry blossoms, and it was like a slightly different color.
Yeah. So one of the things you needed 100 kills for, the other you needed 10,000. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So they're going to do that again. I still like the idea. I still think it's cool. And if you don't want to
make it better looking and animated though, or something, but yeah.
So they're going to add that back again. That'll be cool. And then more details later on. New battle pass offering, Black Cell. And some people are mauling about this on the TL. So here we go. For some ops, winning is not only half the is only half the battle. They want to let their ops know exactly who is truly a force to be reckoned with. Enter Black Cell, a brand new battle pass offering launching in season 3, which is set to replace the current battle pass bundle. The regular battle pass will still be available each season for 1,100 COD points. As part of this $29.99 MSRP offering, okay, just say $30. Black Cell will include over 7,000 COD points of value, asterisk, oh boy, everything that was originally in the Battle Pass bundle, along with additional exclusive content, such as access to the full Season 3 Battle Pass and 20 tier skips, unless you're on PlayStation, then it's 25, 1,100 COD points, 1,400 COD points through the Battle Pass, an operator skin, an animated operator skin, a pro-tuned weapon blueprint vehicle skin and finishing move, an exclusive Black Cell sector within the Battle Pass fucking map thing, AO, serves as an alternative starting location, okay, immediate unlocking of adjacent Battle Pass sectors to the Black Cell sector, so you go through the Battle Pass more quickly as well, I guess. Additional Black Cell only Battle Pass content. Every Season 3 Battle Pass sector with an operator skin has a Black Cell variant, so 12 extra operator skins. And then there's going to be an entire ass blog post on the Black Cell bundle.
Yeah, of course there is, huh?
So it says there, this is replacing the Battle Pass bundles.
Yeah,
Yes,
so I
it
wasn't
is.
understanding why people were molding, but now I do. I thought they were just adding this, and this was another bundle. So this is replacing the bundle that we always buy, which is the
With
tier
COD
skip bundle.
points.
But you have to spend $30 and you can't use COD points. And now I get why people are upset. Because all day I'm thinking, why? Like, people are calling like, this is such a fucking scam. I'm like, then don't buy it. It's a bundle. Don't buy that one. Now I understand it. I did not realize it replaced the other one. That is pretty scummy to do. And I know what I'm going to do. I'm not spending money, so I'm going to do the 1100 COD point one instead, and I'm just not buying this. So they're making less money off of me because I'm absolutely not paying dollars to buy this shit when I have 15,000 COD points that I was given by somebody. So yeah, that's cool. So thanks. I'm not buying that. Fuck you.
That's the scummy part. Yeah, that's what people are mad
I get
about,
it now.
which is fair. Because I always buy the Battle Pass bundle with COD points because you get COD points through the Battle Pass. Right? Those are some of the rewards. And if you buy COD points, you'll have some left over. And I always just save those for the next Battle Pass bundle thing. And now I can't do that anymore because this replaces the bundle and you can't buy it with COD points. So, yeah, that is kind of scummy. So they're offering a lot of cosmetic shit for it, I guess. But really my only issue with this is that it replaces the bundle. The bundle was cool. And it's cringe that they're taking it away. And what if I don't like any of the cosmetics? Well, now I have actually nothing to spend my COD points on.
That's what I'm thinking. And then the big draw for the COD points would be for next season to do the 2,500 bundle. But now you can't do that. And you have to spend another $30. So it's like, I don't buy skins. None of the skins are ever good in this game. So yeah, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I'm not buying this then for sure.
Yeah.
The only reason I usually buy it is for the tier skips anyways. I mean, the skins, everything in the Battle Pass is absolutely fucking terrible, almost always.
Yeah,
it is good for guns, though. That's the main thing. If a gun's, like, right around tier 20.
Yeah.
That sucks, but...
So, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but anyway. There's going to be another blog, again, as I said. Battle Pass update automatic pathing. Thank God, because that shit is annoying. In addition to the Black Seal offering, the Battle Pass has an updated and streamlined way to unlock content. So once again, they're going back to how it worked before. Through the addition of an automatic pathing feature. Those who don't mind what they earn first and who simply want to rack up hours in game can choose to auto-fill their little Battle Pass chart. That's cool.
Yeah.
This basically is only for people who always complete all 100 tiers. Because in that case, it doesn't really matter what order you go in anyway, and it's actually quite time-consuming and annoying to have to open the stupid sector every time and then click 8 times to spend 1 token. So auto-pathing's cool for probably most of you who listen to this podcast, or are listening right now, I should say. Because you guys, if you listen to a Call of Duty podcast, then... you always finish the Battle Pass. So anyway, there you go. Introducing Recruit a Friend. Okay, so you guys know how this works. Credit cards do it. Video games do it. There's a Recruit a Friend program. Anyone who has at least 3 hours played on the game and has an account old in 60 days can invite up to 3 eligible friends per season. If those friends... make an Activision account and play the game, I guess. You get great rewards for completing a few simple challenges together, such as playing games or completing contracts and matches. These rewards include up to 2 weapon blueprints, 1 akimbo sidearm blueprint, and another one for the SMG class, as well as double XP tokens, calling cards, and more. That's kind of cool.
This is how you know they're trying to get players back in the game.
I'm surprised they didn't do this sooner, though.
Well, because they knew the game was dog shit. So this is how you know they have an amount of confidence this season, because they're finally doing this. So they must have an Activision account that's either less than 7 days old, so the player is a brand new COD player, or that person must have not played Warzone 2 in the last 60 days. So yeah, what they're trying to do is get everyone back who has not played the game since it launched and realized how disastrous it was. So they do think this season's going to be good. That's what they're. That's a good point. That's what they're hoping. That's
a good point. This is an indication that they believe in season 3, because they're willing to get people to come back at this point, because they think that if you left 2 months ago, you'll be hooked now. So whether or not that's true is a separate question, obviously. But yeah, that does imply that. I'm surprised there wasn't a recruiter friend sooner, but this is cool. Whatever. New prestige levels and challenges. Same
Don't
shit.
care.
It's time to go for prestige 13. Yeah, whatever. Discord integration on PC. I don't know what that means.
No one knows. I don't get it. Yeah.
This doesn't matter.
The place to hang out and talk is now integrating with COD. Integrating Call of Duty PC players. That's all. It'll be in the patch notes next week or whatever. Yeah. I don't know what this could possibly mean. Something in game. What if you can connect to Discord servers in game or something?
Oh, like you join a little Discord room.
I mean, it would be good for. It could be good for PC players playing with console players, I think.
To join their Discord room. Yeah.
Yeah, this is something that'll kill prox chat even more, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I hope all these DMZ shitters don't start using this. God damn it.
Yeah. So yeah, Discord integration does have potential to be good. You're right. But we'll let you guys know when we know more, because they say almost nothing about it. There will be patch notes next week. In addition to some more blog posts. Patch notes will include weapon balancing updates, such as a crucial change to sniper rifles, as well as bug fixes and more. That has to mean one-shot snipers are confirmed, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. Makes me a little worried they don't say include weapon balancing, core gameplay changes, and changes to sniper rifles, so... Because I don't know. I think a lot of people are more interested in actual... core gameplay mechanics changing than one-shot snipers, but we'll see. It sounds like that's also coming.
It's a step in the right direction, but yeah, that is of course true.
Yeah.
So, anyway, very good. Out of combat overview is the next little header here.
It's not a great picture of Valeria there.
Yeah, it's not super flattering.
Yeah, what's going on with that? They did her dirty in that one.
Yeah.
Valeria. Are you gonna buy the Valeria skin?
And we'll edit that out. Tune into Major 4 qualifiers. Okay. The action is heating up. Okay, whatever. Upgrade, get rewarded, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, they're talking more about the CDL here. If you like the CDL, you already know all this shit. Upgrade to MW2, get rewarded in Warzone 2. Yeah, so they're just trying to sell the game. Stay frosty, that's it. Okay, Tanner, interesting little blog post. So this has been getting a lot of buzz on the TL. What are your overall absolute thoughts on it?
Yeah, it's something. It's the most exciting roadmap and season blog post I've seen in, honestly, probably a year. I mean, the excitement was there for Warzone 2. That's because it was a new game. In terms of an actual new season and based on content and changes that we are supposedly getting based off leaks, content creators kind of spreading information without saying it on the TL. This is definitely the most excited I've been for a season, since probably early 2022, honestly. A lot of shit coming in. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to be great. Unfortunately, multiplayer looks like it'll be this. Well, gunfight will be great. Cranked is fun, but I'm not going to play multiplayer just to play Cranked for hours straight. Exactly. You know, the maps look fucking awful. Unfortunately, ground war maps look better than all the other ones almost. But again, it's too late. I'm not going to play ground war when most of the maps are still bad. But everything. I'm excited for once. Didn't think I'd say that in Warzone 2 ever, but yeah. I'm excited, man. It's looking good.
Like you said earlier, this is going to be the first season where there's actually a lot of impactful new content. Because season 1 and season 2, a lot of it was just retreading ground that we shouldn't have needed to do. With very little new content or new content that didn't matter, such as a new Sixes map, don't care. New ground war map, don't care. New gun, don't care. Now we're getting actual new content that I'm personally excited about, as well as many others. We're getting Ranked Warzone, obviously. And in addition, we are retreading some old ground as well. But that's not the bulk of the update. You know, we're getting balloons back. We're getting deployable buys back. But that's not the whole update anymore. So now I can look forward to getting quality of life or features we used to have that we liked back into the game, in addition to genuinely new things like ranked, like the workbench in DMZ, like gunfight, which is retreading, I guess, but still, this is good. I'm very excited as well. And one-shot snipers coming back is going to be fucking fantastic. That's going to make this game so much more goddamn fun for me. Yeah. It's just a blast. You know what else too? For DMZ, that's going to make sniping even more insane than it is now, because there's backpacks still.
Oh, yeah, great. And no one's good, so no one will ever hit me, but I'll one-tap everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
True. Most people don't ever have a 3-plate vest, it seems like. Usually when I was sniping people, I'd almost always just get it down.
Yeah, very rarely. And now, even if they do, it won't matter. So that'll be real easy farms there. So, yeah, so very good. And I'm very, very, very excited about that. And once we get the patch notes, the only question now for me, really, honestly, is what the weapon balance is going to look like. I will also add this real quick. Nothing that's being added in Season 3 so far is like bad for the game. And that's very rare, exceedingly rare for a new season. Almost all of the time, even in the best Warzone new season update, they add something that like fucks the game up, you know? And it seems like they did almost nothing that is going to make the game worse by having it. Oh, that's not true. Except for, every time there's something, except for the Gulag re-entry kits or whatever. That's going to be dog shit. And maybe the new Gulag's going to be worse. But besides that, by and large, very, very solid season. And I am very curious to see what other weapon balance changes they're going to make besides the sniper rifle changes. But overall, very excited, and I have very, very, very high hopes. And we will learn a lot more next week. So we will get back to you guys on that.
Yep.
Moving on. We got another blog post from Call of Duty. Ricochet anti-cheat Season 3 update.
Yeah, a lot of this we already knew. It talks about the in-game mitigations, but we'll breeze through it here real quick.
There is something that is very fun and exciting here.
Yes.
So, yeah, they say blah, 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 a bunch of shit about Ricochet. Ricochet is, of course, the anti-cheat thing they added with Warzone 2's launch. And I think, actually, even before Warzone 2. And then it was in at launch. And to Activision's credit, Ricochet has been doing a lot. There are way less cheaters now than there were pretty much ever before Ricochet. There was a particularly dark period of Verdansk for, I want to say, like 3 months, where like every lobby someone's spin botting. And Ricochet's done a lot to help that. There could be a fuck ton of people walling still. I think there probably are. But I'd rather people walling than people spin botting and walling. So Ricochet has been doing something, which is nice. And they are expanding on that here. So in the blog post, they say all their old bullshit, whatever. Let's see. A couple things are interesting here. So first of all accounts caught cheating may be permanently banned across COD titles as outlined in the policy. So let's not say maybe, and let's just definitely ban them from every COD forever.
Yeah.
Number one. So they're going to spoof it anyway, but I don't know why they might get perma-banned for cheating in multiplayer. It's insane, but whatever. Fine. Banned accounts will have their records purged from the ranked play top 250 and other competitive leaderboards. Okay, should be obvious, but good. Specific to ranked play, Ricochet Anti-Cheat and development studios may adjust the skill rating for players that have frequently played with and benefited from banned cheating accounts, even if they themselves have not used cheats.
That's cool.
This is good also. And you might say, well, why are you punishing me for my friend cheating and I didn't know? You knew. Shut up. You knew and shut up. And also, even if you didn't know, you still probably gain more SR than you would have if he wasn't cheating. So in either case, you deserve to have less R. So SR. So I think this is a good change as well.
Yeah.
And I will definitely take it, because that would be an easy way around that, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and this also implies all of this is going to apply to ranked Warzone as well. So, which is all good. So that's cool. Replay investigation tool. So Ricochet has deployed a new replay investigation tool. I think this is internal only. Yeah. Using captured and stored match gameplay data, our teams can load up and watch any completed match as part of our investigation process. Let me be clear. This is fine, I guess. But if you had a kernel level anti-cheat, this wouldn't be necessary. In fact, you shouldn't need to watch a replay to know if someone's cheating or not, if you actually have a kernel level anti-cheat. So you obviously don't.
I think most anti-cheats have this, though. I think like Valorant has something like this as well, where they can essentially watch everything still. Yeah, I think that's pretty normal for all. I think even Tarkov has that. They can watch stuff somehow. They can do something where they can know what's happening like that.
Yeah. It's a good tool to have, I guess, but I don't know. And if
anything, something like that would help players who aren't cheating and were false banned from being maybe unbanned or not banned when they otherwise would be.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think it could be better for that.
That's a really good point, actually. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, whatever. This isn't available to us, but it'll be used by the team. But another thing is, like, this is incredibly time consuming. Like, there's going to be at least one human being, probably at most one human being, going to your match and pressing replay and like looking at it, you know? So like, this isn't going to change the game in terms of the anti-cheat, because they don't have the manpower to be watching so many clips that this will be like deeply impactful. But it'll be nice to have, especially for like top 250 players and shit, because they'll have the time for that, you know?
Yeah, this is great for ranked play, especially. Then that's probably where they will primarily use something like this. They'll probably review a lot of ranked play matches, which is good.
And moving on, with respect to ranked play, in both MW2 and Warzone 2, Team Ricochet will automatically capture and store all match data for the highest tiers of competition for potential investigation use. That's very good. We also are capturing match data from sus accounts across all multiplayer modes for easy replay access. It's a new tool, blah, blah, blah. So that's cool. There you go. Third-party hardware device detection. This is the big ticket item here. Since our previous progress report, Ricochet's developed and tested a detection for third-party hardware devices that alter the Call of Duty gameplay experience. For example, the Cronus. So the Cronus, for those of you who don't know, is, I don't really know. It's a dongle for a controller that gives you like no recoil, but you plug it like into the controller, I think.
Yeah.
Rather than the Xbox or the PC.
Yeah, I think it's a device that goes into the controller, yeah.
And I have been on record saying, I don't know how you stop a Cronus, because it's not a program running on the computer. So how is it possible to detect it? But I guess they found a way. These devices act as a pass-through for controllers on PC and console, and when used improperly or maliciously, can provide a player with the ability to gain an unfair advantage. Testing is complete. This detection is deployed globally on all platforms. Users across PC or console who are detected to be using a Cronus will first see a warning about the improper use of these devices. And you guys have been seeing screenshots of this on Twitter, I'm sure. Ban them immediately, but okay. Continued improper use may lead to additional warnings, the deployment of mitigations, account or feature suspensions, or the banning of the offending accounts. Why is it not an instant ban if you're using a Cronus for no recoil? If I start spin botting, do I get multiple warnings?
I think the difference is, I don't know exactly
what Cronuses do, but I think people use them for other reasons too, and actually for not cheating, not necessarily in COD, but for other games. So maybe that's why they're just not automatically banning you for it, is because I think they do, like, what do they advertise them as? What else do they do? Let's see.
I think they like lower latency or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems
Latency
like,
and
based on
stuff.
what they've said, though, that their detection for a Cronus doesn't detect that you're using a Cronus, but it detects that the Cronus is doing something.
Yeah.
So that would imply to me that if you are using a Cronus, but you're not using it improperly, so for lower latency, for example, that would be a proper use for a Cronus. Then you wouldn't get flagged anyway, so you wouldn't need a warning because you're not doing anything wrong. So the only way that having multiple warnings before banning makes sense is if it will warn you for using a Cronus at all, even if you're not using it for no recoil. But if it can distinguish those two cases, I don't know why they just don't ban immediately. Either way, this is good. This is better than them doing nothing about a Cronus. And we have many people in our own community who think everyone's on Cronus. And these people are going to be very happy about this because maybe they're right. I have no idea. I can't recognize what that looks like compared to the performance enhancing device, which is, of course, a controller and using aim assist, which the game needs, but it's a little strong. So anyway, very, very good. Again, I'm already seeing tweets of people getting the little warning. You can see it here. Unsupported device warning. Oh, okay. So it is the device. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe if people are using it and they're not cheating with it, that's why it warns them first. It says, hey, I know you can do tournament mode or whatever, but you need to unplug it anyway. You can't have the low latency aspect, which is fine. Okay, cool. Very cool. Very happy to see this. We know players have been asking us to examine the improper use of these devices, and we're happy to lay the foundation for this detection to protect against unfair play across PC and console. I wonder how this works, by the way. We will continue to monitor this new detection's effectiveness and update our systems against further circumvention over time. So hopefully it works well, but they got started. This is great.
Yeah. And I remember, God, early on when Ricochet launched, I think they had even talked about, or someone, maybe it was Charlie Intel, was saying they can't detect Cronus because it's not, they had to like work together, I want to say, with Sony and Microsoft to be able to do something to detect it and like flag it. Oh, and I think that's why it wasn't detected. Why. I guess it was hard to do. Most games haven't done it yet. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like COD is one of the first maybe multiplayer online shooter games like this to detect Cronuses. I think there's another big game out there that can do it. Not sure which one it is.
Rainbow Six?
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, regardless, this is cool that they are detecting it. Doesn't seem to be a big thing across all games. So it seems like COD is kind of one of the first. So that's great. We need this. We need this for sure.
It's fucking fantastic. So anyway, moving on. In-game mitigations is the next section. So they have other unannounced surprises deployed and in testing. Okay. Mitigations are used to negatively impact the experience of cheaters while also giving our team the opportunity to collect valuable data from the bad actors. So we've talked about this before. The reason they let cheaters keep playing the game even though they're cheating is so that they can continue to collect data so that their system can better detect it for the future so that they can keep their anti-cheat working well. And the way to do that without ruining everyone else's experience in the lobby is to apply mitigations while they collect that data. So cloaking. The process of hiding legit players from cheating players. Disarm. The process of removing weapons and equipment from cheaters while in-game. And it's funny. Damage shield. The process of providing legit players with a protective barrier against cheaters. And then they're trolling them some more. So that's cool. And then additional behavior warnings. Account boosting, game glitching, or exploiting, and player griefing are in opposition to the policies. Players that engage in these behaviors will now see in-game warnings detailing these offenses. If they persist, accounts may be subject to additional warnings and penalties, including game or feature suspensions, progression resets, and more. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. I'll never trust this shit anyway. So it tells me I got banned from text chat once and I've never typed in it before. It doesn't make sense, but whatever.
Yeah.
The above event, and then they close it out. So overall, obviously very good. And I'm curious to see. One thing I wish I would have seen that I didn't is we are improving our wall hacking mitigation or detection. Because again, I have always thought, and I think this will always be true, the hardest thing for an anti-cheat to do, unless it's actually sniffing kernels, is detect someone wall hacking. If you're not spin botting, if you're not using a Cronus, if you have human aim, how do you know someone's walling or not? How does a system know? Because like if I'm pre-aiming a door and I'm watching you, it might be really obvious for me to know that you're walling. But like how do you do a system? How does a system do that? It's very hard.
Yeah.
But Cronus is a big one, so I'm very pleased to see this.
Yeah. Yeah, this is dope. This is all great news.
Yeah. So moving on. Got some more news here. What do we got, buddy?
There is a new official home for Call of Duty esports on Twitter. That is COD_esports, and this sounds like this is developed just for Warzone. This is where they've been posting, talking about World Series of Warzone on there, and hinting at that. So maybe sometime soon, by the end of the year, next year, we will actually see a Warzone League like the CDL. Ooh. That's what I'm hoping for, because they already have a CDL League Twitter and all that. So the fact they're doing Call of Duty esports, and they only do World Series of Warzone like once a month. Once a year. So it's not just designed for that. So this will obviously be for other things, but I'm hoping eventually we will see a full-blown Warzone League, and obviously Ranked would be the start of that. So the fact that we have Ranked now, I'm hoping we get that maybe by next year. Will not be anytime soon, but this would be huge to see, FaZe, 100 Thieves, having Warzone teams. That would be exciting.
Sick, dude.
LANs, dude. Oh, man, that would be awesome.
That must be what this means, because there's only
I think it's part of it, yeah.
Well, there's only one Call of Duty esport right now, right? CDL?
Yeah.
So, and CDL already has its own Twitter handle, doesn't it?
Oh, they've already changed the description on there since I took that screenshot. Now it says the official home of Call of Duty esports on Twitter, covering World Series of Warzone and Challengers. I don't know. Which is also, I think, CDL. Doesn't Challengers mean CDL?
I believe so.
I think so. Okay, so that's dumb. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I still think this does imply we're going to get an official Warzone League, though.
I think we will at some point. Yeah, it'll be a long ways away, but I think that's cool.
Yeah. So that's
some,
this is great news. Yeah.
That's some news.
The Twitter account we don't care about, but the fact that this might mean a Warzone League, that's the important part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for news. Other than now, I just want to talk about the TL today a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, so since this blog post today, I think right when the blog post went live, they had a creator call. There were a bunch of people tweeting about they were on the creator call, including a lot of people that tweeted out that I've never thought were on a creator call before. So it seems like they got a lot of new faces in there, new people, different people than usual.
Some new frogs.
And you see them talk about the creator calls at times. Not really recently. But the TL, when the blog post went live, is full of a lot of good things to say from creators. So we'll find out next week if this is all copium or not. But here's what some of the people have said. Warzone loadout. Just finished a call with Call of Duty Devs. I can confirm that Warzone is back. Fantastic things are coming soon. Mark Clark. Just finished creator call with Call of Duty. I can confirm they are listening. Fire emoji. Joseph Woe goes on to say Warzone 2 is saved. Someone says this guy just confirmed movement changes. JoeWo says I am silent.
JoeWo
That is
also
one of
known as
those-
the movement king. Yeah.
That is one of those confirmations without saying it that we are getting changes to the core gameplay and movement. So that is fantastic to hear. It's Hunter. I think Hunter TV Call of Duty Season Experience videos will be returning. Just got off a call with Call of Duty developers. I'm super excited for what's coming in Season 3. Some people called him out, are like, you've been saying this shit. And he's like, I haven't said anything good about Warzone 2 since it came out. Like, this is the first time I'm actually excited and think the game's going to be in a good position. Another Warzone Pro, Smixy, I think the best Warzone female in the world, probably. I was on a call with COD devs today. I'm excited to play the game with the new updates. It's very clear we are seen and heard, and changes are being made accordingly. Warzone 2 is headed in the right direction. Don't stop voicing your opinions. All great news coming out of this. Swagg says no TTK or movement updates, and then Charlie Intel replies with side eye, which means, well, there's something coming. Yep. So then that same Swagg tweet, Teddy Timmons replied to it actually about no TTK or movement updates, and he says, you didn't show up for class, son. So there we go. No. That's also Ted basically confirming they did talk about time to kill, core gameplay, movement changes in that, and it's just not in the blog post yet. Another one here, Pro Reborn says, we've been asking for mechanical changes for 5 months and we don't have a single fucking change to sprint to fire speeds, time to kill, or animations, but we're praising this update. Jesus fuck. J God just says, wait for the patch, LOL. And then, Repulse says the same thing, and so it begins with a little devil emoji. So people, I have not seen this so much excitement from any of these guys since Warzone launch. Now, keep in mind, a lot of them did not love Warzone 2 when they played it. A lot of them pretended that they did like it, though, and said, oh my god, Warzone 2 is fun, I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. So, very, very cautiously optimistic, but I think the biggest thing's I wouldn't care so much if they were just saying, oh my god, this update's going to be huge. The fact that we're seeing these things basically insinuated, we know one-shot snipers are coming back now in some capacity. Things, exactly. And we know the movement changes, time to kill, sounds like they are being addressed. And what was rumored yesterday, it actually, for the first time, does seem like, remember a few months ago when everyone's like, oh, Raven's back in charge of Warzone, blah, blah. This actually does genuinely seem like Raven has been given the lead now. Because this Call of Duty dev presentation was put on by Raven and Ted Timmons. I don't know how the old ones were, but I've never seen Ted tweet about any of this stuff prior to Warzone 2 launching, pretty much. So I think this does show you that Raven may, for some reason, have control now, or maybe more involved in the decisions of the actual gameplay itself and what changes are made.
Yeah,
which is cool for most people.
Are like the only people in charge of ranked Warzone, at least according to
they're the only
post.
ones in charge of ranked. Yeah, so that is that was very interesting to see as well. So yeah, sounds like Raven is actually almost in control now, and it's not surprising given what this update had. These were all of Ted Timmons' favorite late night thoughts. The gulag tokens, the balloons, the portable buys, all of that, which we're getting back. So that, that stuff again is all cool. Again, we've already had that before, so it's like, okay, cool, we should have had that on the launch of this dog shit game. But more than anything, I'm glad we're getting sniper rifle changes, and it sounds like movement and time to kill changes. That's what I'm definitely most excited for. Yeah. So there's a lot of hype around this update. Better not fucking disappoint.
Yeah, so here's the thing. We got confirmation that the devs said the following things are coming in Season 3, in addition to the roadmap that we just talked about. Number 1 is movement changes. It is confirmed that on the dev call, they said there will be movement changes coming. Okay, and then another one is either TTK or movement or both changes. If anything was more likely, I would say movement is going to be more likely if it had to be just one. I think it's very possible that it's going to be both are going to get changed.
Between movement and what?
TTK.
Oh, well, they're probably talking about weapon balancing with TTK. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But we're on the call. We got confirmation basically that one of those two things is changing. Yeah. And that is pretty interesting. And then more things about mechanical changes as well, like Pro Reborn was saying. So a lot of the Warzone 1 veterans, Swagg, Repulse, JoeWo, getting excited about this call is a good sign. And I think we're going to be getting a lot of those things. However, I'm just a little worried that none of this was mentioned in the blog post. They did say that they're going to be doing weapon balance, for example, and changing snipers, but they didn't go into detail. I'm curious why they wouldn't say movement changes are coming, more detail.
That's what I'm thinking too. And then also, since we went live, I've seen a couple JGod tweets where he says, well, season 3 looks like it'll be good, a lot of new content and whatnot. He said, I think the most of the excitement to the game in general, and the game will finally be in a good spot, will be season 3 reloaded, and season 4 is when it's actually going to be solid. So I don't know if he knows something we don't, or if he's just talking about because that's when like ranked is coming and some of the other things like what the portable buys or whatever that was coming in reloaded or mid-season.
Right.
Or if that's because he knows there aren't any movement or core gameplay changes yet. I don't know.
Yeah. In any case, based on all this, the worst case scenario is we don't get any of that, and I find that impossible. So I think I think the real worst case scenario is we only get a minor movement change and it's not enough, or we get a minor TTK change and it's not enough. And that's only the start, though. The fact that they're talking about this in creator calls means they recognize that these things are the problem and that they are going to address them in some capacity. Will they go far enough? Maybe not off rip, but if they don't, they'll continue to push. So this is overall very, very, very good news. Maybe they'll get it right away. When we go over the patch notes, we'll let you know. Maybe they won't, but if they don't, they can always go further, and I think they might. Especially if their player count is still dead when ranked play comes out, they're going to make drastic changes. And it's not like they're incapable of making movement faster. I mean, they could. So that's very, very, very fucking good news. So in addition to all the confirmed good shit we're getting, like we've gone over in the roadmap. So great.
So definitely the biggest, most important update we've had in Warzone yet, and it sounds like it's going to deliver. I'm optimistic.
I'm very optimistic.
And you guys know what I've said about especially season 2 Reloaded. This is all shit. It's not going to be good. It doesn't matter.
It's not great.
So this is the first time I've been excited about Warzone since the excitement of the game when it launched. I think it'll be good. Even it's like the DMZ changes and stuff. Now that I've been having a good enough time in DMZ, that's cool too. Something else to play. Just a little unfortunate. Sounds like multiplayer is again going to be probably worse than it was before, like you said. Because just worse maps.
Multiplayer is the biggest loser here by far. And if you are like a multiplayer fan, you're kind of getting fucked in season 3.
And also just move on.
Move on. That's why we're excited, because we used to be that too. But I mean, get with the times,
Yep. And then last thing here real quick, Fortnite has the new creative mode where Unreal Engine, you can create pretty much anything. People have been recreating Rust. Somebody recreated Rebirth Island.
Oh, Jesus. That's a big fucking project.
So Jake Lucky says Activision has begun taking down Fortnite Creative 2.0 maps for copyright infringements. Totally unsurprising. It sucks, though, for those people, because that would be a lot of fun. I mean, in Call of Duty inspired maps like Rust, Zombies, and more will no longer be playable as creators are contacted to remove them.
RIP.
So that's cool. I bet a lot of other studios wouldn't care if you're remaking maps, but this is an Activision will be the first gaming studio always to copyright strike someone and make them take something down. Always. So
this
I'm
is
sure
a bad move.
That's what I think too. It's like it's fucking Fortnite too. It's not like it's perfect. It doesn't look anything like Rust actually, because it's in Fortnite. It's I don't understand it. But that's what they do.
Yeah, I don't see the benefit Activision gets from doing that. Because it's one thing if they thought, well, if we allow Rebirth Island in Fortnite creative mode, then people who would otherwise be playing our game are going to go play Fortnite instead. So if we ban it, they'll come back to Warzone. But that's just not true. Banning these maps in Fortnite will get them $0 and 0 extra players on their game. So all they're getting from this is bad publicity.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't make any sense. Yeah. This is an insane thing to do. But it's Activision. Of course they're doing it.
Yeah.
Least surprising thing ever. So anyway. All right. Marathon ep. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's it. Very excited. Very excited. And we will get more into the details next week. We might alter our schedule next week. In fact,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That we will.
Maybe we will do our news pod on Wednesday before the season, just to go over the patch notes before the game is actually live.
Well, it goes out at 10, so 10 a.m.
Oh, it's on the 12th.
On Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, huh?
So we'd almost. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll let you guys know. We might have more info on Saturday. If not, we'll definitely have it on Monday, but we'll go into that later on. But overall, very, 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 very excited. Reminder, this Saturday for episode 317, we are doing a DMZ episode all about DMZ. I have a ton to say about DMZ, as does Tanner. We have a very different perspective than we did on DMZ, 2 weeks ago. And I'm very, very excited to get into all of that. And now, with knowing what we're going to be getting to DMZ for season 3 is going to inform that Saturday episode too. So there's going to be a ton to talk about. Whether or not you've played DMZ, I think you will get a lot of utility out of this Saturday episode, or at least you'll find it very interesting. So don't forget, be here for that. If you want to watch live, thedropshot.com/live at 12 p.m. Pacific on this Saturday. You can find our schedule on Twitter, in Discord, and on YouTube. Another reminder, follow us, kick.com/thedropshot podcast. I don't care if you don't watch us there. It doesn't matter. Follow us anyway. We need a number. So do it now. And patreon.com/thedropshot. Best way to support the show, ad-free episodes, early episodes, and bonus episodes every month. You get other shit too. Check it out if you want to support the show. Patreon.com/thedropshot. Stay humble.
Stumble.